in my discussions with sort of graduate analysts and also, existing analysts actually, and data scientists even, they're asking me, is it worth being in data anymore? I mean, and one of the reasons they're asking this is because, A, the economy is really bad and people aren't hiring, or businesses aren't hiring data analysts and data scientists like they used to be. And secondly, there's all these AI tools now that can do, and I mean, some claim, but some can actually do a lot of like the analytics that especially entry-level analysts used to do. So the question is it worth being in data anymore? This is a difficult one because like 10, 15 years ago, I would definitely have, like, there would be no hesitation. I would say, yeah, definitely come into data. You just need to know a bit of coding in Python, in SQL. You needed to have good grasp of statistics, or basic grasp of statistics was enough. And you needed to, be able to use a visualization tool, which helped. And so, it was really easy to get into data then. There was a lot of demand. And I would have definitely said it was worth getting into data. But now, there's twofold. One, like I said, is the economy is not great, and so business is one of the first things they cut back on. I've been through a few recessions, is data, because they see it as a luxury. I mean, businesses still don't see it as an essential. They still see it as a luxury. And so what they'll try and do is scale back as much as they can, get to the minimum of maybe, being someone to run a few reports or self-service, that kind of stuff. So the economy is not great, and so therefore there aren't as many jobs, especially there aren't as many entry-level jobs. And then the other reason is obviously the rise of AI tools that are able to do some of the analysis that junior or mid-level analysts were able to do. So the question then comes back to is it worth being in data anymore? And again, it's really hard. I would say it depends. If you are really if you're really specialized in something, in a tool, you've learned it really deeply, take Power BI or Tableau or SQL, you're really, really good. You're like an expert level. So even if you're an entry or, you're a mid-level analyst, but you've like built this skill set up, then, you still find there's a demand for you. I mean, a lot of these sort of very deeper analytical questions can't be answered by these AI tools or these low-code, no-code tools, and definitely not with self-service analytics. So a lot of these like specialized skills will still be there. And, if you have those, that's really good, especially in a tool that the business has invested a lot of money into. But if you're just really good at like coding in Python and SQL, maybe not so, because again, like I said, they don't need as many people to do the coding now. Now you can just plug it into any Gen AI and ask it to produce a code. And then if you've just got one analyst, they can sort of multiply their effort because they've got a tool that can help them code. Whereas before they probably needed mid or junior level analysts to help them, or data scientists to help them. So really being good at coding anymore in a data role, probably not so much in demand. What else would make you valuable, or is it worth still staying in data? I guess if you're not so much interested in the analytical side and more interested in the communication and stakeholder side, that's still of value. I mean, I'm still finding that, especially senior management, they're not going to go to self-service analytics, no matter how much you train them or how much you tell them it's brilliant. They're not going to do it, right? They want someone to tell them what the answer is. So if you're good at telling people what it means and what the answer is in a very simple way, then that would make you really valuable, and businesses will want to have you along. The problem with that is how do you interview for a role like that? It's usually quite senior level, because if you're going to be speaking to senior execs or senior management, then you need to be senior anyway. So that's a bit harder if you're an entry level analyst, or if you're a mid-level analyst, to get into those kind of roles. But again, it's something to explore. If you're really good at communication, you're really good at simplifying things. And I don't mean dumbing things down. I mean just being, providing clarity to what the answer is. Then the business will still value you. The other thing is, obviously, if you have a broad spectrum of skills where you're able to do a lot of things, then you might still find, or actually there probably still are companies where they can't afford to hire a team of analysts. They want analysts, but that analyst needs to be able to do multiple things. And I've seen this. I've seen analysts who've grown in companies where they've done multiple things, all the things from running SQL reports to deploying Power BI to then eventually going on and building models, predictive models of one sort or the other in Python or another language. So if you've got like that kind of broad spectrum of skill, then you're good at a lot of things. I mean, I don't mean brilliant, but good at a lot of things that you could just independently do it. Then you still probably find there's a demand for that, especially in smaller companies where they can't afford to hire a team of analysts. So yeah, so is it worth still being in data? It depends. It depends what your motivation is. It depends what you're good at. But if you're just like thinking of it as one option of many, and you're not that brilliant at it, and you're not that invested in data, then I would say no. I would say you're probably not going to succeed in data, and therefore you're probably not going to get the value that you want from the data. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and share the video. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. And if you've got any comments, if you want me to talk about anything else, please let me know in the comment sections below.